Welcome back to Autopolitan 2. In this event, the cars will launch themselves as quickly as possible off the ramp to see who can go the furthest distance. The car that travels the furthest distance will receive 10 points, with each car behind it receiving 1 less. Without further ado, let's begin today's events. Alright, so first up for this event is the Fatale. Now, this thing, as we know, doesn't really do much other than go fast. So theoretically, it should be okay at this one. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, God. Oh, no. Alright, just go straight. Just go straight. There you go, you went straight. Okay, we're definitely missing the obstacle. And stop. That is 440 for the Fatale. And now some nice cinematic camera as it crashes to its doom. And now it's a submarine. Next up to attempt this event is the Accolade. This is kind of the same thing as the Fatale. I hate driving it, but, you know, it could do pretty well in this challenge. Who knows? In 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, just don't spin. Jeez. Alright, okay, this is some speed. This feels much more refined than the Fatale, although that's not too hard. And we fly. Okay. I hit right about there on that skid mark, so we'll call that 310. And it is dead. There are no survivors. Yeah, that's... And a nice dive. That is a 4 out of 10 on the dive. Next up, a car that most definitely did not bribe its way into this competition. The Common Turismo 1000. I have absolutely no idea how to gauge my expectations. 3, 2, 1, go. Ah, stunning launch. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna lose my hearing. That's a guarantee. I'll be impressed if this thing doesn't over-rev and just die, as it's about to do. Okay. I'd say that's basically touching, and if not, it's gonna touch on that line. So we'll call it here. Common Turismo gets 140. And you know what? I bet we can steer this thing all the way down. Well, I guarantee you that this thing is going to be the only car that makes it down here with no visible damage. Like, I just have a feeling that none of the others are going to be capable of that. And you know what? I'm pretty proud of this thing, just for that. Next up is the beast itself, the SLFE. Now, my only guess on how this is going to go is that it's going to involve basically becoming a missile and achieving flight for itself. But anyway, let's find out in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, prepare to go very fast. I don't know how many gears this thing has, but it's probably gonna over-rev. Actually, it'll probably cover this distance before it runs out of gears. Whoosh! Oh yeah, that's a sailor. And stop. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just give it the half credit for that. So that's a 415, putting it still behind the Fatale. The Fatale could actually come out with a win in this event. And now we see it going to die. Oh, that doesn't look good. It almost stopped before the pool. Almost. Next up is quite possibly the most dangerous way to descend this descent, and that is the Deluxe box. Frankly, I think that we're probably going to hit around the 100 mark, and we're going to become a somersault missile that just smacks into the ocean at the bottom. And by ocean, I mean swimming pool. Same thing. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, actually, you know what? It could actually somersault forward at some point. Okay, it's maxing out at... It's losing speed. Alright, so what is that? Like 10? Okay, so that to there is 100. So this is like, I'll say 60. And I think that's being a little generous. 60. And now it's just going to somersault to its death. There's nothing I can do. Bye-bye, little Deluxe bucks. Does it still work? I think it would if any of the wheels were still touching the ground. But somehow it is high-centered on its own bent chassis. Next up is the winner of last season's ski jumping challenge. It actually flew so far that there weren't any measurements to actually record its distance. So basically, this thing is going to fly, and it's going to fly far. Exactly how far? We'll find out in 3, 2, 1, go. It's gonna, yep, okay, that was a weird time to shoot into Mach 4. Alright, we're gonna come off this about 200. That's very fast. Alright, yeah. Body slam. 480. So that edges out the Fatale by 40 points. The McLaren is now, and again, the leader on this event. And now it just dies because there's no surviving that. Wow, that is bent. Next up is the El Chupacabra. It's gonna be like a flying boat. Honestly, like, yeah, it's the El Chupacabra. I don't really know what it's gonna do. It's probably just gonna weigh a lot doing it, though, that's for sure. All right, let's roll. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. This thing feels so heavy. But I can feel that power coming through. This thing might actually sail. It does weigh a ton, though. So it'll probably also sink like a rock. I'm not sure. Alright. Alright. What is that? 330 for the El Chupacabra. If I'm not mistaken, that should put it in 4th place. Although it doesn't look like a winner right now, or even a 4th place winner. It kind of just looks like death. Next up is the Nopal. I expect this guy will probably reach about a height of 7 to 8 inches. But who knows? It could surprise us. Let's see if it does. In 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I'm not being surprised right now. My expectations are very much being met. And it just locked itself up. Okay. I think that this guy's gonna need to run in neutral. 3, 2, 1, go. I think actually if I just accelerate as long as possible and then once it over revs, I just let it coast, it should be fine. Yeah, there we go. We are actually still going faster than the Deluxe box. How about that? Boom. Right there. Right there. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna call that 90. And it is dead. It is dead. Deader than dead. Not only does it not work, but I'm pretty sure it's bent in 475 places. Oh, the face! And it kind of floats. I mean, depending on your definition of floating, I mean, it floats. Next up is the Shrine Zoe. This thing has done pretty well in the rest of the competition. I think it's definitely been a surprise contender. But will it be a surprise contender in this event? I mean, I think so far it has made up a lot of what it lacks in horsepower with its sheer superior drivability compared to all the other cars. And I don't know if it is going to be able to compete without needing its drivability. So we'll see. I'm skeptical as to how it's going to perform, but I'm hopeful. Anyway, in 3, 2, 1, go. It still sounds so good. Okay, now it sounds like I left the window cracked. Okay, my tea's about to be ready. Okay, it's actually kind of flying. Jesus. Okay, that, I don't know if it actually made impact. Did it? Yep, it definitely did. Anyway, that puts the Zoe at a 340. It just had to go and snag that 4th place from the El Chupacabra. Oh, that is actually not quite as disastrous of a landing as the others had. I mean, it's still roughly in one piece. Next up is the Urban Sport. Yeah, it's probably gonna perform mid-range. I mean, I don't expect anything stellar, don't expect anything bad. It's just gonna do what it does. But the question is, what is it gonna do? In 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Pretty smooth so far. 130, it looks like we might reach. No, 124. Not stellar, actually. Pretty awful. Looks like it's gonna score in with a 160. And that is what it looks like to score a 160 and then try and stick the landing. It's just a double failure. And that's gonna leave a mark. That might be a little beyond buff out territory. Next up is a bunch of tires attached to sponges masquerading as a car, aka the Wayfarer. I mean, this thing's claim to fame is basically that it drifts like crazy and has a spongy suspension. Neither one of those things do I think will help it here in any way. But let's see how it does. In 3, 2, 1, go. Decently quick launch. On all honesty, the Wayfarer is a surprisingly quick car. It really is. And it seems to want to remind us that it is quick. Boom. That is a 330 for the Wayfarer. Almost edging out the Zoe for 4th place. And now the sponges try to absorb the pain, and they actually are doing a pretty good job. Okay, they didn't absorb that pain, or that pain. And last but not least is the Wallace SS. Possibly a contender to try and steal one of the top positions? We'll have to see. Now, there is no reason on paper why the Wallace shouldn't do fantastic here. I don't think that it's going to beat the McLaren, just because it's so much faster, and the same thing stands for the Fatale. It might be able to beat the SLFE though, so let's find out in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, Wallace, show everyone what you're made of. And launch. Okay, I swear it just like got some lift there when I accelerated. Stop. Alright, let's see. It's good, but is it good enough? It looks like the Wallace has landed with a score of 420. That means by a mere 5 points, the Wallace has claimed 3rd from the SLFE. It has also decided that it wants nothing to do with the pool. And just kind of gone over here. It's a good showing for the Wallace. And that concludes event number 3 of the Autopolitan 2. Finishing first in this event is the McLaren, followed by the Fatale R in 2nd and the Wallace SS narrowly grabbing 3rd from the SLFE. We hope that you have enjoyed your time with us, and we hope to see you in the next event.